This is the Cosina CT1. It was released in 1979 and various versions were still being produced until 2015 under different camera names. It was even the basis for a rangefinder and even a digital camera. The CT1 is probably one of the few bargains left on eBay if you want to buy a 35mm SLR. This is the CT1G, which was the cheapest low-spec version. On the top right is the wind-on lever, which also doubles as a shutter lock. When the lever sticks out, you can fire the shutter and activate the meter by pressing down lightly. Shutter speeds go from 1 to 1,000th of a second with the bulb setting. There's no automatic exposure. On top of the pentaprism is a standard hot shoe. The left hand side shows the ISO settings, which used to be called ASA. On the front of the camera you've got, well, absolutely nothing apart from the lens release. It has the Pentax K bayonet, which gives a huge range of lenses. Bottom of the camera has the tripod socket, the battery cover and the button for rewinding the film. Through the viewfinder you can see the split image and Fresnel focusing screens. The viewfinder display is absolutely basic, just red LEDs for over or under exposure and a green one for correct exposure. They're quite large and clear. Loading film is quite simple. You pull up the rewind lever to open the back, pop the film in, pull it across and stick it in to one of the slots in the little widget there. Wind on a frame, shut the back and then you're ready to go. The camera body was used by several manufacturers. Nikon used it for their FM10, which replaced the Pentax bayonet with the Nikon one. Olympus did a similar thing with their OM2000, using the Olympus OM bayonet. Canon also marketed an FD version called the T60. The Cosina, as well as the Nikon, Olympus and Canon rebadging, were often derided by the press for their plastic feel. However, it was rebadged by Voigtlander for their Bessaflex TM. For the Bessa there were two variants on the pentaprism shape. The silver one was styled like an old Topcon SLR and the black version was based on the Nikon F. The Bessa also had the older M42 screw thread, which restricts you to really old flary single-coated lenses from the 1960s and early 70s, and this only allows metering with the diaphragm stopped down. So this is basically the CT1, but with an inferior lens mount. Let's look at eBay. You can see that a £30 Cosina suddenly becomes over £500 worth of camera simply by having the Voigtlander badge placed on the front. This camera was in production for around 40 years under different badges. The Cosina has everything you need to take film photos. It's compact, very light and has a metal shutter. Because it hasn't been hyped on YouTube videos yet, it's very underpriced. And it's the same Bessaflex camera that some people are prepared to pay hundreds of pounds for. If it ever became profitable for a camera manufacturer to start making 35mm SLRs again, this might be the camera that returns to the shelves.